Good morning. Today we are going to start with the chapter 11 which deals with offences against public tranquillity, that is public peace. Sections are sections 189 to 197. Okay, there are 4 different offences which are dealt as offence against public tranquillity or public peace. The 4 offences are: first is unlawful assembly, the second is riot, the third is affray, and the fourth is promoting enmity in different groups. Okay, now these 4 offences are mentioned in these sections. Section 189 deals with unlawful assembly. Here we are having 9 subsections. Previously in IPC there were different sections for many of the aspects which are dealt in section 189 now. Means previously for many sections were there. Now we are having all the aspects of unlawful assembly in one section only, that is section 189. Section 189 subsection 1 defines unlawful assembly, and the further subsection deals with the punishment and other aspects. Okay, now unlawful assembly, simple definition we have to consider: when 5 or more persons are coming together for 5 different objects, that will be called as an unlawful assembly. To assemble together is our fundamental right. We can assemble together for peaceful purposes and without arms. That is under our constitution, we are having this right. But this is what unlawful assembly means. Assembly is there, but that will be called as unlawful if it comes under subsection 1 of section 189. And what is that? 5 or more persons, they come together with 5 different objects, either or 5 different objects, that becomes unlawful assembly. Okay, an assembly of 5 or more persons is designated as unlawful assembly if the common object of the persons composing that assembly is the 5 objects. First, to over a view by criminal force or show of criminal force the central government or the state government or the parliament or the state legislature or public servant when they are doing their lawful acts. Okay, lawful power of such public servant will be called as an unlawful assembly. Means here unlawful assembly, the people, what they are doing, they are trying to over a view the government or the public servant or the parliament or the legislature, okay, with a criminal force. That is one of the object. Second object is to resist the execution of any law or any legal process. Third, to commit any mischief or criminal trespass or other offense. Fourth, by means of criminal force or show criminal force to any person to take or obtain possession of any property or deprive any person of enjoyment of right of way or the use of water or other incorporeal rights of which he is in possession of enjoyment, or to enforce any right or supposed right. Means the fourth object is what? By means of criminal force or showing criminal force, you are stopping a person. You are not allowing him to exercise his rights, maybe right of way, right of water and all, or any incorporeal right, or takes possession of any property. For that purpose, this 5 or more persons have come together. Okay, and the fifth is by means of criminal force or show criminal force to compel any person to do which he is not legally bound to do, or to omit to do what he is legally entitled to do. Means what I want to do, you are not allowing me to do it, you are refraining me from doing that, means not to do, and I should not do it, but you are compelling me to do it. That will be called as, that group will be called as an unlawful assembly, and this is one of the object. To compel a person to do what he is not legally bound to do, or to omit to do what he is legally entitled to do. These are the 5 objects. Means 5 or more persons, if they come for the 5 object, that group, that assembly will be called as unlawful assembly. We will see again the 5 objects in short. First is to overview the government, the parliament, the legislature or the public servant. Second is to resist the execution of law. Third is to commit mischief or criminal trespass. Fourth is by means of criminal force, you are obtaining possession of any property or depriving any person to enjoy his right. And the fifth is by means of criminal force, you are compelling a person to do such thing which he should not do, or you are not allowing him to do certain things which he should do. These for 5 objects, when the group comes, 5 or more person come, that is called as an unlawful assembly. Okay, this is subsection 1, defining unlawful assembly. Subsection 2 states that whoever is aware of the fact that the assembly is unlawful, he intentionally joins it or continues in that assembly, he will be called as a member of that assembly and will be punished imprisonment 6 months or fine or both. Means, see, when we are in a group and we come to know that these persons are not proper because they are discussing these 5 objects, so what you should do? You should disperse, you should go away, you should not remain in that group. But what you do, you know it that they are unlawful assembly, but you remain there. Then you are one of the member of the unlawful assembly, and the punishment is mentioned in subsection 2. Okay. Third is what? Whoever joins or continues in an unlawful assembly knowing it that the assembly has been commanded to disperse will be punished imprisonment extend to 2 years or fine or both. Subsection 3 is telling that when a unlawful assembly is commanded to disperse, means they should not remain there, and you join that assembly or continue in that assembly, then subsection 3 shall apply. Okay. Now subsection 4 states that whoever being armed with deadly weapons or with anything which used as a weapon of offense is likely to cause death is a member of an unlawful assembly shall be punished imprisonment extend to 2 years or fine or both. Means subsection 4 is telling that if you are a member of an assembly which is armed with deadly weapons. Okay. Subsection 5 says that whoever knowingly joins or continues in an assembly of 5 or more persons likely to cause disturbance of the public peace after such assembly has been lawfully commanded to disperse shall be punished with imprisonment 6 months or fine or both. Means here whoever knowingly joins or continues in any assembly of 5 or more persons. Means what is the difference between subsection 5 and the other previous subsection? Here they have mentioned just assembly. Whoever knowingly joins or continues in any assembly of 5 or more persons. They have not mentioned is as unlawful assembly. So the difference is what? When you say unlawful assembly, it means there 5 or more persons are there and they are having that 5 objects, either or that 5 object. Here just they have mentioned 5 or more persons. They are in the public place. They are going to disturb the public peace. Means they are there for any other object, maybe a lawful object, but you are disturbing public peace, na? Then it comes under subsection 5. So consider it, when the word unlawful assembly is there, it means 5 or 5 or more persons. And when they mention 5 or just 5 or 5 or more persons without mentioning unlawful assembly, it means they are not having those 5 objects. Got it? Means here just assembly is there which is going to disturb the public peace. Then the punishment is 6 months or 6 months imprisonment or fine or both. Okay. Now subsection 6 is telling whoever hires or engages or employs or connives or brings people for unlawful assembly or becomes a member of that unlawful assembly shall be punished as if he has committed such offense. Means he is the member of the unlawful assembly, like that it will be considered. Okay. Subsection 7 states that whoever harbors, receives or assembles in any house or any premises under, or you can say under any control, any premise which is under the control of person, he harbors people who are hired for unlawful assembly, then the punishment is imprisonment 6 months or fine or both. Okay. Subsection 8 is telling whoever is engaged or hired or offers to attempt. Means how the difference is made. I hire somebody for unlawful assembly. I am hired for as a member of an unlawful assembly. Like that it is being divided. and it is made punishable. Okay. Whoever is engaged or hired or offers or attempts to be hired to do or assist in doing any of the acts shall be punished with imprisonment extend to 6 months or fine or both. And the last subsection is whoever being so engaged or hired goes armed or engages or offers to go armed with any deadly weapons, then the punishment is imprisonment 2 years or fine or both. Means a person is hired, a person is hiring, a person is harboring, assisting, like that the subsections are there. Okay, we'll just revise. Section 189 subsection 1 defines unlawful assembly, that is 5 or more persons with those 5 objects, that is subsection 1. Subsection 2 states that you know that this is an unlawful assembly, but you become the member, you join in that unlawful assembly. This is subsection 2. Third is that you join or continue in an unlawful assembly which is commanded to disperse. Fourth is telling that the unlawful assembly is with deadly weapons. Fifth is it is not an unlawful assembly, it is just an assembly. Means that 5 objects are not there, but they are going to disturb the public peace. That is dealt in 5. 6 tells whoever hires or engages. 7 tells whoever harbors. 8 tells who is engaged or hired. And the last is subsection 9 states that whoever being so engaged or hired goes armed with deadly weapons, then he is to be punished. Like that, section 189 is been divided. It is having 9 subsections. Overall, for public tranquility or offense against public peace, there are 4 offenses: unlawful assembly, riot, affray, and promoting enmity in different groups. Today we have seen just the first offense, that is unlawful assembly. The other offenses we'll see in the next video. Okay, bye bye. See you.